Hello everyone and welcome back to a Game of Thrones, and I must say I'm feeling relaxed today. The plague has passed us and I don't feel like I'm going to randomly drop dead at any second. But what is dropping is my bloody gold. I don't know what I can do about it. I mean, we do have a lot of court positions, that's true. However, it's only costing me 3 gold per month. One thing that is hurting though is the 20% less taxes. Maybe I could... Yeah, let's see. These aren't even earning me anything. So I could temporarily delegate Weeping Ford to someone else. And I think I will do that. Who can I trust this to? Someone with good stewardship, probably. Hoffa Primrose. You're not amazing. However, for the time being, because we're going to revoke it again anyway, so he's going to hate me. You can have this. That should get rid of the 20%, and it will help me just a little bit. Let's see. I can station the bargemen. We'll put those over in the Whitewood. Hopefully, they can maintain the order. Right, unpause yourself, lad. How many years till we fix control here? 17 months. That is still quite a bit, huh? Yes. Well, it's fine. In fact, we're going to go speed 5 because until I'm 9 years old, I can't really squire either. So let's at least do that. We are growing into a fine gentleman, I must say. Our diplomacy is looking great. Although our martial as well, actually, is what we're focused on. Diplomacy and martial. Exciting stuff ahead. Lyfina's no longer my antiquarian. She has died. Right. Gavin, you're the right man for the job. And what's this? With the war unfolding, Salaine, my regent, has decided that Whitewood shall stay neutral. Okay. I'm glad to hear that. Lady Patrice has risen up against King Valerian. It is what it is. I don't think that's very smart. I can finally swing the scales of power. I mean, I guess I will swing with prestige. It's not very effective though, is it? But my mother, bloody hell, JBD is finally embracing the family circle, it seems. My mother isn't actually pushing the scale, so I don't think we have too much to worry about. The voice of my mother, Salaine, drones on and on as she lectures me for the upkeep time on the proper ways of a lord, interspersed with austere quotes from the 7-pointed star. Certainly, this is all very important for my future, but would anyone really notice if I snuck out for once? Or maybe twice to play? I agree, although knowledge is the key to the universe. There's a chance your education will have a better outcome. I have responsibilities, great responsibilities ahead of me, and I need to make sure but I am a well-studied man. The Shield of the Whitewood needs a successor. Here, Master Aeron, you shall serve as that. Thank you very much. And let's see. We're still 8. As soon as I turn 9, I need to find myself a knight. Because I would like to become a knight as well. The day has been spent playing outside in the wild. All in all, a quite pleasant day. When suddenly I am approached by a local child. I am Bessa. And I challenge you to a den-building competition, Lord Arnold. He struts around and smirks triumphantly at me, fully expecting to win. Oh, Bessa. You think you can outbuild me, huh? Oh, although we could build a stronger den together. This reminds you of another childhood decision, like when I built the Twig Fort, possibly. We gain prestige, we gain martial, and we grow closer to forming a friendship with Bessa. I mean, why not? Let us work together. Bessa is surprisingly strong, and between the two of us, we build a proper and sturdy den, just in time for the heavens to open up and let down a massive rain. The thunderbolts speed across the sky, none of them hitting as we are protected by the walls of the den. As we sit inside the hideout, staying dry and safe thanks to our hard work, I cannot help but contemplate the value of togetherness and camaraderie. Alliances are a great defense, and so are wars. Oh, I like it. We're definitely more of a diplomatic character, along with martial. I'm kind of liking how we're turning out. Salaine has brought before me 2 servants, their faces red with anger as they glare at each other from across the hall. It seems a curtain was stained with armor red, and they each blame the other. Neither is willing to deal with the stain, and indignant servants are bad for morale. Salaine tasks me with solving the dispute as a test of my character. Who was on duty last night? I become inquisitive. Arnold is fascinated by the mysteries of the world. We gain intrigue and learning. Learn language phase length is 20 days faster. I can learn languages. I always forget about this. I have sworn fealty to Lady Nendra. The war has just ended. That's why that's happened, right? So let's see. Although I don't think anyone in my court is going to be learning, speaking a different language. What's this? Set signature weapon. It distracted me. Oh. Oh, I mean, if I'm martial character, I should set a sword, right? Yes. Set signature weapon. I want it to be a sword, for sure. I mean, I know I have the dagger, but if I'm going to be commanding the armies of the Whitewood at the front lines and whatnot, I think a sword will probably serve me better. A dagger doesn't have much reach. Maybe throwing daggers, though. Possibly. Let's see. I can declare what? I can potentially negotiate an alliance. Except I can't. That's a complete lie. And my mother did just get me 50 gold. Which is very nice. Right, we're 9 years of age. So, at this point, Sir Walter could train me to become a knight. He's a genius. He has good martial. He's a virtuous man as well. I am going to have him train me to become a knight. I don't think I have to do anything. It's up to the AI to train me, right? Oh, there we go. The gold situation is becoming much better. And there we go. My knight is training me. Holy crap. Holy crap. That's going to be a constant spam. Right. Well, I'm glad I'm not the educator. I would rather be the student than the teacher here. The life of a squire is not always glamorous. Today I have been instructed to tend to the animals of my knight, Sir Walter. Though I have been dreading it, I must nonetheless get on with my task and try to clean and feed these beasts with haste. I suppose I will clean them properly. Oh, I was unsuccessful. I need to get a little bit more discipline in me. So how fast are we gaining experience? Very fast. We're already halfway there. Which is very nice. So Walter and I are riding with haste to a village in the countryside surrounding home. Banditry has run amok in the area and have called for nearby knights to come aid and protect the village in exchange for hot meals and a sack of coin. Knights of service are oft required to act as intermediaries between lords and their people, Walter explains to me. By stopping the bandits and aiding the village, Sir Walter hopes to show me a side of knighthood I had not known before. I shall pay rapt attention. But it was unsuccessful once again. Right. Okay. New numbers for the Iron Bank. I'll be honest. I don't really understand what I'm looking here. There's a lot of numbers. Dividend per share, I think, is the important one, though. And I earned basically nothing. Because the Iron Bank here is losing money right now. Because I guess the development with the plague and whatnot just got absolutely ravaged. So the whole of Westeros is going to be poor for quite a while. It's devastating stuff, but we will recover slowly. So Walter passes me a dulled training sword and raises his own, challenging me to disarm him. I glance down at the blade when nodding acknowledgement, before tightening my grip and leaping forward. I will try my best. Oh, I'm failing every single bloody test put before me. I mean, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Right, I can't swing with prestige. I could ask, let's see, 100 piety, that costs a bit of gold. I think the scales are fine where they are. I don't want to be spending my piety because I could use that exactly to ask for gold here. And I think that's a bit more important. Because gold income is in the negatives. And it will be until we can fix the development. Although, has the development been fixed? I missed that. Yes, we do have 100 control here. Damn it. Right, let's start repairing control here. It's only going to take 4 years. That's not actually too long at all. While Sir Walter and I are travelling, he begins reciting the names of knights from the north. For every knight named, I am required to respond with a description of that person's personal sigil or house arms. My mind rushes through the many lions, birds, bears, and wolves that dot the land for the answers. I must demonstrate my knowledge. There we go. So I'm a knowledgeable young lad, apparently. I'm not the most physically capable, but what you need to be a great commander, I would say, is brains more than muscle. Of course, having both would help. Sir Walter has left me in the armory with naught but a rag. I've been instructed to practice cleaning every weapon here before sundown. Oh, there we go. Now we're doing a little bit better. Right, Galenka has died. I don't think that's a cannon dragon because I don't recognize the name. We might not even have cannon dragons around anymore. Speaking of not being around, my councillor's bloody died. Right, Walter, you're going to become the new seneschal. Yes. Also, let's see, Master at Arms is gone. I will replace these later on. Right, new steward. Let's get someone who's a little bit better at that role because the gold is important. I mean, Bessa can marry, actually. So let's do matrilineal. You're Pentoshi. You're landed. What about Laurent? He's 64. Pentoshi. We do consider them evil, which is why I'm a little bit hesitant at bringing him in. But these are all old men. What about Willem? He's in his 30s. 27 stewardship is not too bad. He follows the faith of the Seven as well. Here, let's send that one off. There we go. Excellent stuff. And then he shall serve as my steward. He likes me as well, which is pleasant. Oh, we're in the positive. Okay, good news. We are finally recovering our finances from the plague. As I look upon a young scullery maid walking by, sweaty with labour but a blush on her cheeks, I am entranced. What is this feeling, this longing? I have realised that girls are fascinating creatures. Wait, that sounds terrible. No, can I take that back? It's fine. You guys know what I meant. Yes, we like girls. I mean, I am betrothed, so it is my duty. How is Liera turning out, actually? She is also inquisitive. She's trusting as well. This could be a very good match. What's this? Sir Walter tosses a set of spare armor and a dinghy rack before me. There is so much mud, grime, and dried blood caked onto it that I can barely see my own reflection. A knight must always keep their armor clean. Practice cleaning this spare set. You'll be happy to know how when you're a knight, my lad. I hope I can do a good job. And that I do. That I do. So how are we looking now? We're about 80% there. And the gold is doing lovely things. Right, in that case, I'm not afraid to re-recruit these positions. Let's get a captain of the household guard as well. We've never had a scepter. But everything else is as it should be. I haven't been keeping an eye on Teach Courts. I feel like I should be. Let's see if anything pops up down there, because it can trigger every month, but I don't think I've ever seen it pop up. Let's see, we've already had this event, so I won't bore you with reading that one again. Unless the event doesn't pop up. I mean, our stats are looking great considering we're 12, so I will keep it there for the time being. So let's see. So Walter is lecturing me yet again on what it means to be a knight. Instead of discussing swordsmanship, battlefield tactics, or even horseback riding, he is teaching me of the virtues of chivalry and honor, and regaling me with tales of the gallant knights of the past and their great deeds. I shall try to memorize what he is telling me. Hopefully I'm successful. Right, the king has managed to tame a dragon. Good for him. I'm happy for you, my king. Right, gold is definitely recovering at this point. I'm feeling happier. I am at play in the gardens of Whitewood with my peers in a rare moment free from the watchful eyes of our guardians and tutors. It all happened so suddenly. I am swept from my feet and sent tumbling down a steep hill with Elenai holding tightly to me as we roll down and down. Once at the bottom, I am left dazed with her eyes staring deeply into mine. As she smiles and giggles at me, I feel something strange in my chest. As I look back at her, what is this feeling? Indigestion. I don't want to hit a stress limit already. No, thank you. It's just indigestion. I'm betrothed. Let's not do anything silly. I must learn to be a responsible man. Right, speaking of man, 3 years and we will come of age, which is nice, because then we can demand council position. We will probably... I need to look at the buffs, because if we're going to start declaring wars, because I do have claims. Although that's on fair market. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Maybe it's better to focus here. Because I'm not an especially vengeful character. I've heard tales of my father and his plans, but... I'm my own man. Not having anything planned for the day, this is a fine opportunity to enrich myself in the various aspects of our glorious holding, the Whitewood. The question is, what would be most productive? Should I go to the military compound headed up by Robert, the trade district managed by Willem, or pay a visit to Harris at the local sept? We get the architecture of trade. That's stewardship. Or I can become the owner of a castle and its servants. I gain martial. Temples are quicker to build. And we gain martial lifestyle experience. I mean, I think I should inspect our defenses at the compound. The day is spent inspecting the military armaments of Whitewood, its strengths and indeed its weaknesses. Any chain is only as strong as its weakest link, Robert keeps repeating during the tour, and I am inclined to agree. He finishes off the tour by handing me a castle and its servants, a well-worn piece of literature on the topic. Today has been a good day. Right, who is my heir? Currently my sister. Okay, I just wanted to take a look at that. This is a journal though, and I already have this journal. Considering this is illustrious, it's not that impressive actually, is it? I'm going to equip this because it's actually more useful for my character. Getting as much martial experience as possible is going to be very important. Also, when I come of age, I need to remember to swap this over. How are you doing, Maester Gavin? You are a physician. You have been improving. That's good. Right, we're cleaning bloody spare armor again. What's that? The third set I've had to clean. This is tiring work, isn't it? It is indeed. Right. So, I wanted to know who my... Oh. Wait. Wait a minute. What happened to Old Ferns? Title history. Lord Willis died of old age, and his only child died from spotted fever. Which means the Blackbirches lost Old Ferns. In that case, I do not feel bad for fabricating on Old Ferns and taking the duchy capital. It is the natural order of things. I can ask Head of Faith for gold again. Okay, that is so bloody useful. Having all of these virtuous traits, I mean, what we get... Plus, okay, +1, +2, +4 piety just from my traits is absolute insanity. Thank you very much, High Septon. I will spend this wisely, and I will bring security here. Oh, Jairus the Maid of Stars has died. Wait, we no longer have an alliance with the Danes. But, oh no, wait, what's happening to Liara Dane? She has the green fever. Oh, this is terrible. Please recover before we marry. Please don't bring the plague to my court. They managed to avoid the Great Spring sickness, but I guess, yeah, they have their own plague. It's already killed 25 people, and it is a major plague as well. Oh dear. King Valerian of the Iron Throne has decided to build a road from Storm's End to Sunspear in order to better promote trade between the mighty Stormlands. I didn't know that the AI would take such decisions. Okay, that's a meaning. That's a meaning. That's amazing. My brain is not braining today. Holy crap. Right. Control has been fixed. Let's train the commanders. 3.2 is not so bad considering we're not a stewardship. We don't have a wife or whatnot yet. So Walter has left me in the armory with a rag again. I guess we'll clean them all. You know, it's discipline. As I wander across the courtyard, a scrap of parchment swirls in the breeze. I catch it, but the strange strokes daubed on it are unlike anything I've seen before. Ah, you found my notes. It's of another language, my little lord. Don't you worry. I can read it, but you needn't bother yourself with it for now. I mean, I could learn... Let's see. I could learn the old tongue. Because I must speak the common tongue. It's annoying that you can't see languages unless you speak 2 or more. I mean, we can start to learn language scheme. I thought I had to start it from my character, but I think I have to actually target someone in my court and learn it that way, right? Apparently so. The time has come to replace the commons of Old Willow, and my mother Saline has asked me to weigh in on the matter. The ruler of Old Willow, Master Aaron, and my mother have been having intense discussions all the morning and have now reached an impasse. As they enter the room, they shift their focus to me, clearly expecting an answer to the question. The holder needs more military strength. Yes. Yes, indeed. How are we looking now? 18 martial. And I haven't even come of age yet. I could be one of the greatest commanders that the Whitewood has ever seen. So Walter and I are riding with haste to a village in the countryside. Okay, we've already had this one. Training was unsuccessful. It's fine. It's fine. How is my betrothed doing? She is feeling much better. Man, I love her armor as well. You're serving as a knight? Oh, you're currently fighting. Oh, also, I just realized that you're not really into men. Which is unfortunate, but hopefully we can make it work. There are certain things my mother Saline has told me that no one else ever speaks of. We never delve long on these topics, and I know better than to ask questions. However, this evening, something feels different between us. As we sit down to read, she asks if there is anything I am curious about. Now, I am a very virtuous lad. However, I am also inquisitive. And my mother has raised me since I was a baby and helped me guide the realm because I inherited the crown. I wasn't even a year old. So I don't think this is so far-fetched. Yes. Tell me everything, mother, please. And just like that, we have become a witch. So if we go over here now, because a lot of people would have died, right? Let's see, 4 adult members of your house are witches. Yeah, we don't need a percentage anymore because there's not as many Blackbirches. Of course, I will become one of those adults. And then we'll have to work on converting others. I don't think I can do that yet. Can I? Let's see, if I go to Andrew and I go here... Yeah, I can't convert to witchcraft. Which is unfortunate. Everyone has bloody zealous. Also, Andrew, are you married to a Lannister? No, okay. Not everyone who has bloody golden hair is a Lannister, you fool. It seems as if my studies of the old language has reached the ears of Master Starvin. He is a native speaker and is offering to help me in my studies. I ask no more than a token reward for my efforts, Lord, he says, nodding energetically. 20 gold. It's fine. I think I can manage on my own, my friend. I appreciate the offer. And we do now have a claim on the Lordship of Old Ferns. Now, I wonder... Obviously, I want to take Helmsmont as well. So, if we start a fabrication on that now, I don't know if we can push both claims at the same time. It would be nice if we do. Okay, the profit per share is increasing. Obviously, we still didn't make anything. But it means Westeros is slowly recovering from the plague, which is a good sign. Come closer, I have a story to tell you. My mother says, beckoning me towards the bonfire. It's a story of when I gave birth to a stillborn. Wait, what? I didn't mean to laugh, but I wasn't expecting such a story. Who goes to their son and be like, oh, come closer, I have a great story to tell you. Remember the importance of your family, Arnold. Wear the name of House Blackbirch with pride. By shadow, by flame, by right. What a story. I have to use my imagination, but I assume there was a good message in there. My mother has stuck with me since a child. My father did what was possible, or what was needed of him, to keep the bloodline alive. And I must do the same. I must stay true to the family if we are to prosper in this brutal world. My study of old language is progressing fantastically. I feel like I have all the focus and energy in the world. Oh, we're gonna become stressed. I mean, I would dedicate all my time to this. If we're gonna have a stress event, I might as well learn a language out of it. There we go. We have learned the old tongue. Maybe that would come in use. My mother strides confidently into the little study, clutching a sheaf of parchments. My lord and lord, as your regent, I need a little extra authority to take care of a matter of some import. If you be so kind, sign and seal on these documents. I mean, you're the regent, mother. Sort it yourself. You know, you have the responsibilities. I trust in you. Right. We're 15. But guilt and shame have been plaguing me as of late. All of my sins, my flaws, my failings. These dark thoughts distract me from my responsibilities and keep me awake at night. I feel like I must do something to put an end to this mental anguish. But what could possibly help me? I could become a contrite. I lose intrigue, but we lose more stress. I mean, we're not particularly an intrigue character anyway. I could become a flagellant, but I lose prowess. I think I shall confess all of my wrongdoing. Oh, but I expose my witch secret. No, I can't do that. I can't do that. Oh, damn it. I mean, prowess doesn't matter when you're commanding armies, though. Only martial does. The sting of the lash will excise my sins. I shall pay for my crimes. I'm no longer overwhelmed by stress. That is good news. However, I am still very, very stressed. So, let us flagellate. I shall pay for my crimes. I have become wounded. My maester, luckily I have a very good maester though, so he can heal me. And there we go. We have become a brilliant strategist. Now, there is an argument here to go to university because we could get the 5-star trait. And it would be better to do that earlier rather than later. We have also a trained fighter. So for the first time, let us take a look at Lord Arnold Blackbirch of the Whitewood. Will his destiny be a great one? We shall have to find out. We have incredible martial, 25 martial in fact. We are humble, compassionate, brave, and a little bit inquisitive. A brilliant strategist. We are a twin, of course. However, my brother did die shortly after his birth to the plague. A flagellant, we're hale, we're quick, a knight, and a trained fighter. Very nice stuff. Of course, we're going to go straight into the martial tree, and we will focus on chivalry. Yes. Also, let's go ahead and put you on advanced research, and you will also be on advanced research. I want to gain experience as fast as possible. I need perks. We can also choose a patron aspect. Okay. Is there any that gives martial? There's not. I mean, the warrior gives us prowess and maximum battle roll, though. So the warrior protects the faithful with his holy sword, instilling courage, delivering victory, and protecting soldiers in the heat of battle. The warrior is often called upon by soldiers, knights, and generals. It's very fitting. I like it. This shall be my patron. Which means we now have 16 prowess. That's not too shabby, actually. I can marry Liera Dane. Let us secure that. We do secure the alliance as well. And I think I will even... I mean, first things first, let us convert her to witchcraft. And then we can try... I mean, I can't romance her, actually, because of her sexuality. I think that puts a blocker on that. But at least we can convert her to witchcraft, we can grow closer, and this stuff. So to found a witch coven, I do need to convert more members. We can work on that. I can also already train for our tournaments. And we've become wounded, okay. Well, that's a good bloody start. End the regency. My mother should accept that. Please don't let me down, mother. And I am already distinguished. Very nice. With my marriage to Lady Lyra, the realm expects us to throw a suitably extravagant wedding celebration. I will not pay for the wedding because I have grand plans for our schemes. Right, my mother didn't actually step down, which is annoying. So I shall swing the scales against her, and we will try to end it again next year. Hopefully, she will accept. Now, should we go to university? How expensive is it? I don't think it's terribly expensive, right? If we go to the Starry Sept and we max this out, I can go to university and we should travel hard. Study hard, sorry. Mercenary guards. I would definitely get some mercenary guards. And then on the way back, I think it would be important. Maybe we could go to the Westerlands, because there's quite a bit of martial experience in here. That's just, yeah, martial experience. So I think, let us do that. However, I'm going to plan it into the next episode because we are now past the 30-minute, guys. 30-minute mark. But my brain is not braining at all today. I think I need to go sleep earlier this evening. But anyway, Arnold has come of age. A new era is dawning on the Blackbirch dynasty. One of the sword. Thank you for watching, guys. As always, I will see you next time.